Hello, Moritz. Hey, Andre.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Yeah, same here. How you doing?
Good, fine, and you?
I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I
Great.
think I think we'll have to give some few minutes for Moritz to join us. Hey, Moritz, are you there?
Of course, of course.
Oh, okay. So, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
I'm excellent. I'm excellent. So, how's the market that side today?
Ah, it's going pretty okay, no? I think everybody's awaiting the kind of macro economic decisions that are upcoming.
So, what do you think about that side? Do you think there's going to be a rate cut or there will be none?
Uh, will be probably one, but I think, yeah, well, who knows what happens to the markets? I stopped predicting.
Oh, well, for me, I'm anticipating a rate cut today, maybe by 25 points or so. That might
Yeah,
be a catalyst for some greens this end of year. So if you're ready, then I'm ready. We can get to it. So are you?
ready.
Okay. Right. So by the way, I'm a sang. I'm the podcast host for today, and I'll be taking you through today. So, just a quick one. So, first thing first, welcome to the space. Can you briefly introduce yourself and tell us about your journey into crypto and what led you to your role at OKX?
Sure. So my name is Moritz. I am the general manager for Central European region, and basically, what this means is that OKX started to be active in the European market beginning of this year. We got a MiCA license, and we're one of the first global exchanges to get this license. As you know, we're a big Asian exchange, but in Europe, not many people know us yet. So my mission is really to get OKX to a level as they are on the global scale, that everybody gets to know them and that people start learning and trusting and yeah, loving us. That's my mission. I've been in crypto for professionally at least for probably 7 8 years now. I started with my own company. I started a platform for crypto trading bots back in 2017. We grew that platform and ran it for around 5 years before shutting it down in 2023 in the bear market back then, and then went into DeFi, led a DEX and bridge aggregator called Jumper Exchange, and after that went to OKX.
That's an amazing roadmap there you got. Okay, so you're in charge of Europe. So where are you based? Where do you want this adoption to start? Which country in particular are you leading this change at?
Yeah, I mean, we have a couple of focus markets. Obviously, Netherlands, Germany, Poland are big ones. But in general, the mission is to grow all across Europe. We have a pan-European license with the MiCA license, so we can be active everywhere. And of course, there's a couple of countries where maybe the opportunity is a little bit bigger than in others because maybe there's less competition. So of course, we're also looking at these markets and trying to find like little nuggets where we can be active and be successful. But we need to prioritize. You can't go into every market right away. That's clear. Yeah, that's one of my tasks basically.
Okay. That's amazing. Seems like you have a lot on your plate. So,
Yeah.
as a regional manager for Central Europe, what does your role look like on a day-to-day basis?
Okay, so I think a lot of it is, of course, growth at the moment, but growth is of course marketing. Making sure that people know about us, that they get to know our apps, and that they try it out, and that they trade ultimately, of course. But at the same time, since we're new and since this space is still evolving, there's also a lot of work done on the business development side, also on the regulatory side, talking to different stakeholders, making sure that the interests of the industry are being heard. these kind of things, right? So there's a lot of work in all directions, and right now no day is the same. Yeah, so um, quite a lot of diverse tasks. Building a team, of course, is an important one. We're obviously hiring in Europe. We're building out a team of experts. So yeah, feels a bit like a startup almost.
Oh, okay, I see. So it's a bit like a startup with you championing all the activities and compliance, regulations, and
Yeah, I
everything.
mean of course, we have experts for a lot of areas, right? I'm on the business side. We have a lot of smart people on the compliance side, risk side, legal side. In fact, there's more people working on the European continent that are in the field of compliance, risk, legal, these kind of things. So one of the things that at OKX has become super clear since the day I started was basically compliance is the core of what we do, and this has been drilled into us by our CEO as one of the main factors where we want to differentiate ourselves. Because you can clearly see it in the market that not everyone takes it as seriously as we do. So we believe in the long run, that's also one of the key factors to do.
Oh, okay, okay, amazing. So OKX is one of the leading exchanges by trading volume. What do you think truly differentiates OKX from other global exchanges today?
Uh, well, I mean, in Europe, we're one of the exchanges which has the broadest spectrum of tools that we can offer to our users. If you look at our exchange, obviously we have quite advanced trading tools. We're offering, for example, automated trading bots in a regulated environment. So we have a portfolio management service license under MiCA that we can use. We of course, also have very, very competitive pricing. We have our own European order book. We run our own euro pairs with very good liquidity and quite low spreads. So, really targeting people that know what they're doing and that are looking for these advanced tools. But at the same time, we're also trying to bridge the gap to Web3. I think the OKX wallet app is one of the best in kind when you look at the Web3 tools. So, be it wallet, be it DEX aggregator, be it a connection between CeFi and DeFi. So, there's a lot of things that we're doing on that as well, front as OKX, not so much as the European team, but as a global team. So, those are, yeah, some of the things where I think we can differentiate quite well.
Okay, okay. So I got a few things from your explanation. The very first thing is you said you're trying to help those who already know what they are doing with available tools to accelerate their whole journey and all. So what about
Hmm.
the newbies? What do you plan on doing adoption to those who don't know what they are doing and want to bridge from
Hmm.
traditional finance to decentralized finance?
Yeah.
Anything
I
around
mean,
that?
if you
This
Yeah, if you look at our apps, I mean, of course, you also need to target towards the newbies because you can see that it's easy for them to fall into traps. You know, some of the biggest players on the European market and in the exchange game, they offer, for example, very expensive fees. So educating the user and showing them how to get into crypto for the first time, buying their first Bitcoin, holding it, or investing it in an earn strategy, but not paying a lot of fees. Those are things that are obviously very important to us as well, and where we also, yeah, think we're pretty good at. Yeah.
Okay, okay, cool. Now makes it better now. I mean, making sure that you're not just concerned about those who already know what you're doing, but then there is still that gap for adoption,
Yeah.
which you're bridging. Cool. Okay, so Central Europe is the EU's largest crypto trading region. What factors are driving such strong adoption in this region?
I mean, obviously, you have to look at GDP. What the people are able to afford, especially, and what they're able to invest. So, for example, in countries like the Netherlands, we see that people invest quite a large portion of their income into all forms of investment, right? Not just crypto. Um, and that the savings rate is quite high. Same in Germany. Of course, when people have higher disposable incomes, they can also invest more on an absolute basis. So this is what we're seeing in these markets. But for example, in other markets such as Southern Europe, we see that people are investing a lot because they are looking to have alternative sources of income, such as, for example, interest from earn, or maybe even liquidity farming or things like that. Which, by the way, in Eastern Europe, we're also seeing a lot of people are active in DeFi, more so than in other parts of Europe. So, yeah, I think it's a mix of factors. Of course, we also need to look on the institutional side, where somewhat Europe is still lagging a little bit behind compared to what you see, for example, in the Middle East or in the US. But nonetheless, of course, institutional players are there as well, and they also want to invest. And if a big bank, for example, invests into crypto, then it's much more meaningful than if a retail user invests.
Okay, amazing. So this now leads to my next question. So, what go-to-market strategies has OKS found most effective in scaling user adoption across Central
Well,
Europe?
yeah, I know it's a AMA session, so you can ask me anything, but I also can't give away the trade secrets. Let's put it this way. Uh, I
Okay,
mean, look,
okay,
I
okay.
think I think there is a couple of things in the crypto playbook that are kind of like repeating across markets. It doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah,
So, for example, of course, KOLs play a role, influences,
answers.
but also media pages, paid media pages, for example, where you see these pages online that recommend different crypto exchanges. So those are things where you need to be present so that people see you. And for me, what's very clear, especially as OKX, because globally we have a very good brand already. People know OKX. It's very recognizable. It's also, I would say, quite a premium brand. Whereas in Europe, let's be honest, people don't know OKX yet. Yeah. So the whole topic of brand building is definitely something that's also very important to us.
Yeah. All right. So, talking about brand building, so how does OKX balance the the global product consistency with local market needs, language, and say maybe regulations?
But that's the most important thing. We need to be perceived as a local player. And for that, you need to be, uh, you know, good at making sure people feel that as such, right? So you need to have good translation quality. So we invested heavily into people that make sure that the translations are up to par and keep on doing that on a consistent basis. You also need to get things like local payment methods, where, for example, in Germany, we integrated PayPal because it's one of the, or no, the most adapted online payment method in that country. Or in the Netherlands,
Mm,
a payment method called Ideal, which by now makes up a large portion of our European on-ramp traffic. So these are things that are important, probably more important than almost anything else.
mm,
Another
mm.
example, just to bring one more example, is also compliance. Of course, we're governed mostly by the compliance rules of our home regulator, but at the same time, in different countries, you have, for example, different electronic ID solutions, such as in Germany, a thing called NPA, or in other markets, different EID solutions, where people can onboard quicker to your platform. So those are also things that we look at, and we see if it makes sense to implement, and yeah, use those to be even more local and trustworthy.
Okay, sounds like you really got your hands dirty in the local market.
For sure.
Trying to aim to customer needs and all. So let's shift a bit to regulation. So we all know regulation is a major topic in Europe right now. So how is OKS navigating evolving EU regulations while still innovating?
Ah, well, yeah, that's one of the challenges I deal with every day. So we have ideas. We want to bring new markets products to the market, and at the same time, we need to see what's feasible and what's allowed. And we work very closely with the regulator whenever we come up with new product ideas or have something that we want to bring to the market. Um, our home regulator is very open to us discussing new product ideas, and they give very good feedback. And then try to make it happen. Sometimes it's not possible. It's one of the difficulties that we have here. We cannot launch everything in Europe that you can launch in other markets. Um, but then that's where you need to, yeah, think of other solutions, or you know um, deal with that. One of the examples, for example, is that with Mika, you cannot earn uh, interest on stablecoins in Europe. What in other markets was pretty commonplace, that you offered an earn product for your stablecoins. So in Europe, this is not anymore possible. But that's when you need to work closely with the regulators, see what's possible, and maybe you find a way to also evolve your product to make it happen.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. It's just amazing to see how you still find a way to stay afloat. I mean, amidst the whole regulation queue.
No, yeah, well, it's ultimately it's for the best, yeah. So the EU is already doing quite a lot of good work as well. So we just need to get used to it and deal with it.
Exactly, exactly. So, okay, so from your perspective, how important is trust and transparency in attracting long-term users to centralized exchange?
Yeah, I mean, one of the most important thing. I mean, it depends a little bit on who you attract. So we do, for example, also see that some users don't care as much about it. There's still a lot of users in the EU that use unregulated exchanges. I think in the long run, this will probably not be sustainable. This will go away. But the fact is that these exchanges are offering sometimes more competitive product suites than we are. So then you need to educate the users about the risks and about the benefits of a very well regulated product, and most of the time you're still able to get some decent usage then through this method.
Okay, okay. Talking about education, so many new users still hesitate to enter crypto. What role does education play in OKX expansion strategy?
I'll keep it short on this one. It's definitely one of the key things. We have a an academy and a blog. We have a lot of product work videos. We do a lot of education via our KOLs. It's super important. It's key.
Hmm. Okay. It's actually good to hear OK has, some education blogs and channels. Maybe you could just list out a few so the listeners can go check them out. You know,
Mhm. Well, I think
um,
the number one thing is follow our local socials, wherever you're based. OKX German, OKX Dutch, OKX Polish, and from there we always link a lot of our stuff that we put out. We also have a learn a blog or academy um, on our page, okx.com/learn. So that's where I would you know direct the users to first.
okay, okay, okay. All right, all right. Cool. So, still on education. So, how can platforms like OKX help bridge the knowledge gap between Web2 users and Web3 products?
Yeah, this is it's a passion product for me as well, because I come from a Web3 background as well. I love Web3. I love self custody, and as I said, OKX is very very strong on this. So obviously, Mika doesn't regulate uh, Web3 products, self custody products. So us on the European team, we don't engage with these products directly. There is an OKX wallet. It doesn't come from the European entity. But of course, this is something where our users are encouraged to, also try that out and see and see what the opportunities are. Our the OKX founder believes very strongly that the future is self custody. The OKX product is more and more evolving in this direction as well, and yeah, that's a clear trend. A clear trend.
Okay, okay, okay. So, um, you mentioned something about trends. So, what are the trends? What are trends in crypto or digital assets? What trends in crypto or digital asset is OKS most bullish on for the next maybe 12 to 24 months?
12 to 24 months is always difficult. I think we're probably entering a little bit of a bear market, or might already be in it. So I don't know what's happening in the next 12 months, to be very honest. But I can tell you, obviously, one thing we're seeing all across the board is the topic of RWAs and tokenization. That's nothing new, but it seems to be picking up steam a lot. Platforms are offering tokenized stocks. Of course, that's something that OKX is also looking at. So I am very bullish about that. If we were able to put up all these real world assets onto a chain and eliminate the needs for some middlemen, that's a great thing for the users ultimately. So that's definitely something that I'm bullish about.
Oh, yeah, same here, same here. I think I'm very bullish about RWAs too. I mean, it's really beginning to gain more
Yeah.
attention every day, every
Mm,
day. Name around it is just keeps increasing. I think
mm.
recently Caesar and this other guy they had a debate on
Yeah, I saw
tokenized
it.
gold
Yeah,
or Bitcoin.
that
So
was
I mean,
great.
with every day that passes, the buzz keeps increasing around that section. So, so
Uh,
what you're saying is you don't think it's going to be an odd season because crypto fans still believe that we might still experience an odd season. So, but from the look of things,
Yeah,
you think
I
otherwise.
mean, I told you at the beginning, I'm not a price predictor or market predictors. I personally, if you ask me personally, I don't invest in altcoins anymore. I haven't done it in a while, and I'm probably not gonna do anytime soon. That's my personal opinion.
Okay, okay. So how do you see the role of centralized exchanges evolving as DeFi and self custody continue to grow?
Same as before, as the answer before. I think it really is a trend that will continue to be important, and I don't know how quickly, but OKX is certainly working towards that goal in that direction.
Oh, okay. So we should pay attention to OKX and its product.
Oh, 100%. Of course, of course. The OKX wallet is one of the best products out there in self-custody.
Okay. Yeah. I think I've used the OKX wallet a couple of times. It has a very,
Very
very
good.
slick and smooth.
Mm.
Yeah. So so for young professionals looking to build a career in crypto, what skills or mindset do you think are most important today?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. I love that because I think
Yeah.
crypto still today is one of the best career choices you can make. You could so, you know, um exciting. It's fun, but it's also actually, quite challenging intellectually. So the people that I know who have performed the best in this industry are not necessarily like the most degen fun guys, the crazy guys, but they're the really, really smart guys. There are some incredibly intelligent people in crypto. So it's a real good career choice if you want to make it. But the cool thing is also that, in crypto you can be successful if you don't have the best college education or the best background, or rich parents or something like this. I've seen people, some of the smartest colleagues that I have in crypto are from some rural area in India, who've made it, who've done research, who've been grinding, who've been online terminally for the past 5 years, chucking away. So those are the people I admire. And I think, if I had to put it in a, well, somewhat like, as you said, recommendation, I think get involved in the communities, be active in the discords, in the twitters, build yourself up, in a way that shows that you can do the research and you don't just expect, some token to moon, but you actually do research and work for it. And then it's actually quite easy, and to be honest, to find a good project, get involved, either on the growth side or on the product side, and just be a part of it. Yeah, that's what I would recommend.
Okay, so the nutshell: question everything, research, keep grinding, keep showing up, just
Yeah,
be active.
exactly, 100%.
Okay, okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, so what leadership lessons have you personally learned managing operations in a fast-moving industry like crypto?
Leadership lessons, you said?
Yeah,
It's a good one. Being a leader or being led.
generally from being led to being a leader,
Mm.
that
Mm.
whole trans. How's it been? What are some lessons, take-home messages, and all?
Well, I mean, honestly, I think there's thousands, but don't take anything for granted. I mean, there's a lot of these, let's call it young guns from, the Gen Zs who expect that everything goes their way without, any without having to put in the work. Um, you can get lucky, of course, but I think the good time to get lucky is already past in crypto. Um, so now it's even, I mean, it's still possible, but it's getting more and more difficult. So I think putting in the work and, as you said, showing up and doing research, that's what would get you to the top. And then it's actually, you'll see, not so hard in crypto. That's the cool thing.
Okay, so one of the lessons you've learned is take nothing for granted.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, 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 okay. I think I'll be walking home with that.
Very good. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so finally, what exciting updates or developments can we expect from AKX in Central Europe this year?
Okay. So, I mean, this year it's already over.
Or let's say, yeah, next year.
Yeah, fair enough. No, I think, well, I don't want to say too much specific, but we've been
Okay.
really grinding behind the scenes on our product. We're starting to offer uh, a couple of new features over the next coming weeks that are going to be really, really cool, and some even quite unique. So, as an example, we just today launched our spot margin product. We will launch a simple earn product. We will probably do something in the form of, well, I can't say yet, but over the next 2 or 3 months, we'll have something that will be quite unique for the European market. And yeah, there's a bunch of things coming up. So I think stay tuned over the next 3 months, and OKX will be a whole nother platform in Europe.
So in a nutshell, we should be bullish for
Oh,
OKX on the
100%.
next quarter. Okay, okay, okay. We'll definitely look out for that. So where can we track the updates? Where can we keep tabs on these activities, socials or wherever? I mean, how can we find you and how can we, you know, get started with OKX Europe?
Yeah, I follow me, follow OKX. As I said, probably best on Twitter, on X, and there you'll stay right updated.
Okay, 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 okay. So, all right, Maurice, thank you very much. Thanks for your time. It's really, really been an amazing session with you.
Thank you, Asang. I appreciate it.
Getting to uncover the amazing things you're building at OKX Europe, and So maybe one last take-home message for the listeners who are listening. What should they take? What should they go home with, or what should they be expecting from you and your team at OKX Europe?
I loved what you said. Keep doing the work. Keep showing up. Let's take that home.
Okay, okay, okay. So I'll definitely keep showing up. I'll definitely keep doing the work, and
Very
we
good. Me too.
just continue getting our hands dirty. So thanks a lot. It's been an amazing session with you. So catch you.
I appreciate it. You too. Bye bye.
Bye.